Sounds good.
Welcome back to the Bennett's Breakdown Podcast. This is me, Ethan Bennett. I'm here today with 4-0 professional featherweight champion for cage fighting championships, Mardrell Kirby, and 5-0 amateur Corey Anderson. Thanks for joining me today, both of you. I'm going to be going over a breakdown of your careers and kind of see where you're at with your fighting career thus far. And before we start, do you guys have anything you want to say? Anything, any news by chance with your fighting careers? Or anything that I don't have already.
I got something to say. So I'm
You
dealing
do.
with some health issues at the moment. That's why I'm not really after it like I should be. But don't count me out just yet, because once I'm back, it's over with. Don't know what
Absolutely.
weight for sure yet, but once I'm back, see what happens.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Got flight confirmation. January 24th, Ingalls Harbor, Decatur, Alabama. Looking to go 5-0. We will go 5-0.
Yep.
Shout out to my sponsors and everybody who supports me.
Awesome, man. So, Mardrell, you have a 4-0 record, 100% finish rate with 3 subs and 1 TKO. Overall record, you have 7-1. Corey, you have a 5-0 record between the amateur 145 and 55 division. And you are also have stepped away. You have had some service in the military or the army. I'm sorry, I don't want to
Yep.
misquote anything for you. Thank you for your service as well, man. We really appreciate that. So we also want to point out that you have out of your 5 fights. You have a 60% finish rate with all 3 of those coming by way of KO, TKO. And your notable wins come with 14-second knockout of Neil Powell a couple years back. I believe that was your last amateur fight, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken, as well as a minute and 1 second into round one, your submission victory over Larry Stewart. Same for you, Mardrell. I have for your notable wins a rear naked choke finish over Robert Link, leg kick TKO Jamie Vasquez, and then
Boy,
another rear
proud of
naked
that.
choke by David Lewis.
Sir.
Awesome. Sound about right? Good deal,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So awesome. So one thing I want to say is respectable careers from the both of you. And I can definitely see why Athens BJJ, Rocket City MMA, and all the teams that Corey is trained with in North Carolina has a couple problems on their hands. So let's get into it, guys. So first and foremost, I want to ask, what are your goals typically for MMA? Like what is your long term, short term, however you want to lay it out. We can start with either one of you.
Honestly, when I first started MMA, the reason why I started was because I got in my head that I could beat anybody at my weight. I truly believed I could. And so I started MMA. I started off rough like everybody does, get beat up a little bit. And then I just slowly started progressing because I was just putting in work more. I was outworking everybody almost, except for him. But I was outworking everybody. That's why I got, so good so fast. And then I joined the army, dealing with some health stuff. So I can't go like I used to. I've been dealing with some stuff. But it's still the goal is still to go pro and get into a big organization. Either that be bare knuckle or MMA. Haven't decided yet.
Good deal. What about you, Mardrell?
Just getting into the sport. I mean, just like everybody else, young, ego-filled kid, and come to a gym full of dogs. So
Hey,
going home with locked jaw, going home with bloody nose, busted lip, that was the fun part. You hated coming into the gym because you knew it was going to be filled with dogs, so that prepared me for where I was headed, you know what I'm saying? Once I tasted that, I knew I wanted to be in this for the long run and show the world, how great I really am. So that's
right.
what we're in the process of right now, man. Enjoying the journey.
Absolutely. Well, how important is it to both of you to be champions for cage fighting championships? Having such a notable coach, which is also the owner of the promotion, Jason Sanderson. A shout out to Cage Fighting Championships on that, by the way. But what is the importance to you guys of holding those championships at home and kind of just knocking away anybody that's in your way when they're coming to your house?
It feels great, man. Feels awesome, especially to be able to put on for my coach's show, who's helped me a lot throughout my MMA career. It feels awesome, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah, same thing, picking up off what he said. It feels great, man, just doing it in front of your home crowd, and just proving to the whole nation, the whole world, Alabama has talent. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, we got talent. We coming, we working hard, just like everybody else. So we're on
Absolutely.
the rise, baby.
Yeah, that's right. I love it, man. So, Marjorie, I do notice, well, through your career, you've had a bunch of cancel fights, whether that be business, whether that be people are ducking Kirby. Like, what can you kind of tell us about that to where you had 8 cancel fights, but only I think 5 amateur fights sanctioned before making that transition to pro?
Yeah. Yeah, the cancellations, man, you know what I'm saying, out of my control, except one, my sister passed, but besides that, everybody else, whatever they had going on, hopefully they weren't scared. This is the fight game, but I did have a lot of cancellations, as I was on my rise in my amateur career, just getting better, I haven't even hit my peak yet, but just getting better every fight and just picking up IQ and skill. And I guess I was a bad matchup for a lot of people, so I would avoid me too.
Absolutely. I love it, man. Yeah, so
Yes,
rest in peace
sir.
to your sister, by the way. I didn't know that news, man. I'm sorry about that. To
Yeah,
put it in
thank you,
perspective
thank
as
you.
well, man, no problem. So as well as Corey, I want to go over with you as well, man. So, living, training in North Carolina, you're back home in Alabama. How was that? And how did you enjoy the training? What was the different bodies like compared to the bodies that you're training with in Huntsville or any of, that North Alabama area?
They had some good guys, They all had bunch of good guys there. But the feeling was not the same as it is down here. You know what I'm saying? The people you started with and you grounded with for so long, it's not the same. You just start fresh with new people. You know what I mean? So I had
Yeah.
a little bit of what would you say? I had a little bit of trouble. I just got to get over this little hurdle I'm dealing with right now, and then we back to it, man.
Hey,
I'm glad to be back with the boys, man, where it all started.
right. Well, we're glad to see you back in Alabama, man, back in action for me. And we do, it's a very respectable Army career that you have. Are you still going to participate and, be a part of this to fight for our country, or are you kind of stepping back from that a little bit due to other reasons? You don't have to go into specifics.
I'm gonna get into, that part, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
I took that kickboxing fight, pretty game opponent, you know what I'm saying? He was a kickboxing champ. I just wanted to test myself out, see where I was on the feet. I learned a lot, I learned that I could strike. But it was crazy, the crazy part is the weight cut. I had to make 35, and like his coach was very stern on me making that weight, and that was my first big weight cut that low. Um, my scale was wrong. So the day before weigh-ins, I think I went to sleep 4 pounds over, but I thought I was 3. And when I got there, I think I was still 4. So
yeah,
I had to start cutting weight while everybody was weighing in, making weight. You know what I'm saying? And I bust ass all night. Went to the promoter's gym, did a little circuit there, put on a sauna suit, put on Vaseline. I was going through the whole nine. But it felt good. I learned a lot. That whole weight cut, that whole process, that whole fight. And that showed me, and it answered questions for myself that I was ready to go pro. You know what I'm saying? So that
absolutely.
helped me take that leap right there. I needed that fight right there, and it helped me take that leap to go pro confidently.
Nice. I love that, man. For Corey, I want to talk a little bit about this one. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've probably watched this fight back 6, 7 times, bro. Your fight with Trent Martinez. Let's talk about that. Let's
Yeah, talk about it, man.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. So the whole fight, while I was watching that fight, man, you're giving him that work. It's undefeated versus undefeated. So somebody's O had to go, but unfortunately that night nobody's O was able to go. But we all know who was on top for that whole entire fight. It seemed to be that there was a little jaws dropping every single round. Whenever the bells would ring,
Yeah,
it'd be a little bit more to say, before you guys went to the corner. Talk me a little bit through that.
yeah. So honestly, I just did not. I think he beat one of my teammates the fight before that. He beat
Yeah,
my boy. I was so ready to fight him, bro. I was so angry.
yeah, I
So
could
that's
tell.
why I went in there like that.
Hey,
I
well,
was
your fists do the
just
talking.
mad as hell. Started just going crazy. I wasn't as skilled as I am now. I didn't really. I think I was training like maybe 6 months before that fight. That's how I was training.
Right.
And yeah, I was putting it on him, man. I was doing what I could, and there was no grounding pound. There's only
Yeah.
grounding pound to the body, only hit to the body.
Yeah.
So whenever we got to the ground, not really a whole lot you can do but stand there. And I didn't really know jujitsu a whole lot at that time, so I
Mhm.
didn't really want to go to the ground. But you seen the result of the fight. I think they should have called it after I kept knocking him down over
So I was saying, do you ever see that fight with Trent Martinez going again, or because honestly, since that fight, he has yet to make his
I'm
return.
listening to you.
Let me
Honestly, he was supposed to fight one of my training partners, Cameron Williams, but I think he backed out. And
Cameron's a solid opponent. I can see why.
honestly, I'm a little bit too
Right. So with that being said, I don't think that that man will probably step back in there. But hey, I may be wrong. We
yeah.
may see the
Honestly, I don't,
return.
and I'm a lot bigger than Trent is, and so I don't know how it would work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, speaking of that as well, I want to say that you are one of the CFC champions that has never lost his belt. You may have stepped away for a while, man, but I feel that that's grounds for whenever you make your return. I mean, we can see another title fight with Corey Anderson in it. What do you think?
Oh yeah. So the 155 belt, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to make that weight again. So Neil, the guy I beat currently has that belt. So I'll probably be looking at either the 170 or 185 belt, whoever got it. You know what I'm saying?
We got it. I love it, man. So, Mardrell, you are the number one featherweight in Alabama professionally. You are the number six pound for pound professionally in Alabama. It's number 71 in the entire Southeast, man. What does this mean to you, or is it just another number in your way?
Just another number in my way, man. You know, I don't get caught up in the numbers. You know, put somebody in front of me, and you'll find out. Uh,
Absolutely.
I don't get caught up in that. You know, just staying confident in who I am, believing in my skills, so they can have the numbers if they want it.
So, four fights for you as pro in 2025. How active or do you want to be for 2026?
We want to run four back again. You know, hopefully five. You know what I'm saying? Just God willing. You know, I'm putting in the work. You know, and just asking Him for the rest. So whatever I can do on my end, I'm doing it, and He's going to do the rest. So. If I can do four, I do four. If I can do five, I do five. You know, so
Absolutely.
whoever signs that contract, I'm ready anytime.
For Corey, man, so considering that, like I was saying, you're the CFC champion who never lost his belt, how many more amateur fights does that put for you though? Because I mean, you're right there going pro, man. You're one of the most skill setted Alabama amateurs that a lot of promoters have seen, and I mean, it's been said multiple times on a couple different pay-per-views that you have one of the most talent as a amateur 45er. But of course, now your weight's higher now. So, but when do you how many more amateur fights do you want to take before going pro?
Honestly, I'd say one or two, man.
One or
One or
two.
two more, and I should be good.
Right, right. One or two. And
Yeah, I want to take some bare knuckle fights, so I don't really know where that's gonna fit in,
yeah.
but we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, that was actually one of my questions for you too, man. Because I know that you're in both of you are in good cahoots with 2-0 heavyweight bare knuckle fighter Barry Hill. He's one of your
Yeah,
guys' teammate. Shout out to Barry Hill. He's a dog, man. He
Yeah.
he's definitely shaking up the BKFC right now.
yes, sir.
So and for you guys training with such notable people like that, does that give you like an extra I would say an extra drive, or does it give you added pressure? To make your guys as proud, or is it just another thing in your way? It's just the results.
Definitely added pressure. You know what I'm saying, but pressure is a challenge. You know what I'm saying, and we just pick up off of him. You know, it's great to be around somebody who's been to that stage and been around that crowd and that atmosphere. You know, and around other big people. So he definitely rubs off on us, man, to pick up the hard work and keep going forward. You know, to just keep grinding and what you put in, you will receive. So we're just working hard towards what we want.
I love it. Love it. Awesome, man. So, as well, man, I want to talk a little bit about your pro debut, Mardrell. So, you had your pro debut. It went by pretty quick. So, talk us a little bit through that, man. How the nerves were going, making that walk as an amateur versus now doing it professionally.
Uh, Definitely the nerves were up there, man. Just being in enemy's territory, you know, I feel like everybody was against me. You know, I didn't really know nobody besides the people I brought, so it was great. You know, that was great, and that changed the mindset real quick. You know, just helps me hit the switch, knowing like I'm in enemy's territory. Nobody believes in me anyway, so hey, let's go prove them wrong. So
Right.
that's what I love about being in enemy's territory. So hey, that made it pretty easy. But walking out there doing the walk. Want to say it's getting better and easier every time, but I guess I'm getting calmer and more confident, you know. So just keep putting in the work and trusting what I put in. But the fight itself, really didn't know much about the guy. I think it was a pretty short notice fight as well, but I just wanted to get active and show the world that I'm ready for that level of competition and just dominate. You know what I'm saying? Every fight, just one simple goal, man, dominate wherever the fight goes. So I really don't have, you know, set game plan for everybody. But hey, you'll find out.
Right, absolutely. How important is it to the both of you? Whichever one you want to answer first is fine. But how important is it to you for the youth, like these up and comers that are looking up to guys like you, maybe people who are needing that advice, maybe not even just physically in mixed martial arts, but the emotional side of MMA, the mental side of it. I mean, there's a lot of other things that play into that to where they kind of need someone they can either look up to or kind of relate to. So how important is that to you both?
It's very important, man, because I think about it like this. Me as myself, if I wouldn't have found MMA at the time that I did, my life would probably be on a completely different path because I was a, young, hot-headed kid and was always getting into some stuff. Even while I was doing MMA, I was still getting into stuff. But to think about somebody else in my shoes, I hope I can be a good example for them, and help them achieve what they are meant to achieve.
Well said. Well said. What about you, Mardrell?
Yeah, everything we do is to inspire the youth, man. You know, they're next, so we just want to set good examples and lead by example. You know what I'm saying, and be that idol that is a real idol. You know, so through my hard work, I want to be a good idol for every kid watching and looking up to me.
Yeah.
So
The evolution of mixed martial arts, it just continues to grow. We have people now starting MMA at 4 years old, wrestling, jujitsu, and man, it's changed a whole lot. So, um, would you accept a fight with, we'll say, like a fresh up and comer, 17-year-old, 18-year-old pro that has done this their whole life? That would be another challenge for you, I'm sure. It was just there. Some people take it as a lose-lose. Are you going to get beat up by a kid or beat up a kid? But I don't see it like that. These real dogs, you either have it or you don't. And I'm sure you guys have looked yourselves in the mirror several times to say either I have it or I don't have it. And I mean, just finding yourself rather than defining yourself, or vice versa. I mean, that's truly what makes it worth the while. So, if for somebody that will say that you have less experience than this person, how settling would it be to fight somebody that young?
Honestly, it wouldn't bother me at all. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
When I go into fight, I mean, of course, I'm worried. There's always some nerves, but then again, I'm more angry than nervous. I want to kill you more than you can kill me. You know what I'm saying? This is the
Yeah.
kind of mindset I have. Like, all I can think about is doing something to you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely. What about you, Mardrell?
well, on my end, I'm always the least experienced guy. So hey, I'll take on anybody. Experience is the name of the game, but I want to show you what hard work gets you. So
Absolutely. Hey,
I take
absolutely.
any task. You sign the contract, we'll fight.
So I recently seen too, Mardrell, you got a promotion in jujitsu. Can you tell us a little bit about that as
Yes,
well?
sir. Well, I was a 5-year white belt. I would say 4 years. I had knee surgery and everything, but I was a 4-year white belt. And then once I really moved over and fell in love with jujitsu, I wanted to go to a gym and get ranked and see what that's like. And I got ranked up pretty quick because my work ethic. I put in the work. So getting that blue belt helped me realize like where I was. And now I want to keep going up. So I fell in love with jits just like I fell in love with striking. All mixed martial arts. So I'm a student forever, and I'm gonna keep getting better.
Right.
Purple belt is on the way.
Purple belt's on the way. I
Yes,
love
sir.
it, man. So let me ask this. I want to put Corey Anderson as a debut versus Corey Anderson now. What happens in that matchup?
I'm dominating them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm dominating them.
How quick?
Dominating them. Probably wouldn't be too long.
Probably wouldn't be too long. One
Honestly,
round.
actually, it depends, man. Depends. The mindset is everything, and I know the mindset I had back in the day. So
Absolutely.
I'm a
Same
lot
for
bigger
you,
than I
Mardrell.
was. So we'll see.
Well, and what about for you, Mardrell? I want to put Mardrell as an amateur debut, put him versus the Mardrell Kirby now. What happens in that fight?
The me now definitely dominates him. My debut I lost, so hey, it don't get any worse than that. So definitely way better now. More skilled, more IQ. That was just a young, ego-filled kid, just want to get his toes wet. So I
Yeah.
definitely kill him first round.
So, Marjorie, I do want to ask you, are you in any talks with any major promotions, or is anybody kind of hitting your managers up like, hey, we're keeping an eye on this guy. Let's get him a couple more wins and let's just see where he's at.
Yeah, my group of people behind the scenes, they're working on some things. We heard a little things. They try to keep it away from me because I don't want to go to my head. So we're just grinding, man. Hey, what comes is coming. We're just grinding.
One fight at a time.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm gonna ask you guys too about the new sport, dirty boxing. How do you guys think that you guys would do in that sport if given the opportunity to compete in it? Considering it's more so like a boxing, well, combat of boxing, but with ground and pound.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
and
elbows.
no clinching, no, yeah, and elbows, no wrestling. So how do y'all think your skill sets and what you bring to the table would match up in that type of promotion?
Honestly, I think I'd match up pretty well. Once, if I'm right, I don't believe anyone can match me. If because I put in so much work to ensure that I'm unstoppable. So I believe I do pretty well in it, to be honest.
Look, what about you, Mardrell?
It'd be great. I mean, I constantly want to show off my striking, without giving away too much. So that would be a great setting to where we only can strike.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it'd be beautiful art, man. People get to see some
beautiful.
things. Yeah.
What about as well? I know Corey, you got the interest in bare knuckle. Does bare knuckle MMA ever interest you? I know you guys right over the state line over there in Mississippi. You got game bred MMA over there.
Oh, honestly, I've never really gave any thought into bare knuckle MMA till you just said it. Doesn't sound like it's something I definitely dip my toes in if it's worth it. You know what I mean?
The only difference is with that, I mean, they drop it from 5 minute rounds to 3 minute rounds, three threes, kind of like it is an amateur rule set. But
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely think either one of you would match up very well for it. But something about your style, Corey, I mean, it's ferocious. You got tenacity. I mean, you have an intention of changing that opponent's mindset of a fight after he leaves that fight. So I really think that would be something very good up your alley, honestly. So and as well as Mardrell, man. I can honestly see it, bro. With you already 4-0, you got four finishes. This is what these big promotions like. They don't like the boring decisions. They don't like it, man. They want this 100% finish rate. They like to see that you're willing to go out on your shield to keep that rate. So how important is it to you to keep getting these finishes before you get that call?
Very important. Not only am I winning, I'm dominating. I'm not leaving a thought in my opponent's mind that he stood a chance with me. I'm not leaving a thought in his coach's mind or his team or his teammates, any fans in the building. Once you step in that cage with me, I want to leave out dominantly and let you know that, hey, this guy's like levels above me. So just constantly proving like whoever steps in the cage, I'm levels above them until the big show calls. So hey.
Hey, I love it, man. So I want to go over with both of you. Who is your toughest opponent and why was that?
Honestly, I'm gonna say my toughest opponent, and the reason being was overtraining and a whole bunch of other dumb stuff. But it was my third fight that went to decision.
Okay.
I believe if I was truly right mentally and I did overtrain as much as I did, I would have got him out of there. I would have finished him 100%.
Yeah.
But I went in there with not 100%, not really all there mentally, and still won. But you
Yeah.
seen the outcome.
What's the
Yeah,
other boxing
absolutely.
at here?
It was that Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah. Check it.
Yeah. That was for all or nothing fights, if I'm not mistaken.
And I've been
Yeah.
trying to get the kid to run it back, but I
Hey,
don't think.
he's honestly ever since you beat him too, man. It's like it put a fire into this guy too. Maybe you fighting people of your caliber ignite something in them because since he's fought you, he's actually went, I believe, 5-2 or 5-1
Yeah,
since fighting you. He has a 7-3 record now, if I'm not mistaken. So, and
yeah.
he's lighting up the scene in the Florida, man. And so that would
Mhm.
definitely be a rematch. But I would like to see that rematch in a 5 rounder for a belt, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It
so
wouldn't go 5 rounds.
Yeah,
it
finish
wouldn't
him.
go five.
You don't need 5 rounds. Just give
Finish
me a
him.
minute. Just give me 1 minute.
In 1 minute. I love it, man. Yeah, so same thing with you, Mardrell. Who was your toughest opponent and why is that?
Toughest opponent, I would say pro. As a pro, I would say Jaime. Just the experience alone. I try not to watch film myself. I like to let my team do it and collect things and come back to me with a game plan. But definitely Jaime, just the experience alone, and he's been in the game for a while, and just knowing that, like I said, I'm always the least experienced. So
Mhm.
I'm always putting myself in a underdog position, which I love. So uh I thrive in that. I thrive in isolation. I thrive against the wall. So it just lit something in me like, hey, go out there and prove like even with his experience, your level's above him. You know what I'm saying? So
How did that feel
he
going in
took me
there
to
with
some dark places.
How
Say it
did that
again.
feel? Yeah, how did that feel with Jaime going in there? After you started teeing off on him, it kind of seemed that it was not looking good for him before. And honestly, the way your fight style was, in my opinion, in that fight, you wanted him there. Like you didn't want him to get out of there yet. So that's kind of like what I love about your style is like you can finish it quick, but you can also make it hell on water for him, you know? So
Yes, sir.
how important was it to know that you could see that you were breaking this guy down piece by piece?
Yes, sir. Middle of the first round, just filling them out. Definitely learned a lot with the cage grappling and a live fight with him. Put me in a lot of positions I've never been in, just filling things out. And but once I feel him beginning to break, just pulling them into deep waters even more, coming out in that second with guns blazing, knowing like he's breaking, he's breaking. Just keep watching him break, So that was pretty intentional and just sharing my pain. Sometimes I hate that the fights are short and dominant, but I just want to share my pain sometimes. Hey, if you think you can go all three with me, hey, find out. I got a lot of pain to share, so I share it with you.
Corey, in your last three fights, man, you have been in the cage for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Three fights combined, brother. You
Yeah,
have 1 minute and 23 seconds in there. What are you hitting them with?
just the pain, man. Like he was saying, pain, boy, pain built up.
Mean
I'm like
intent.
when I'm right, I'm like an animal, like a ferocious animal.
Uh, Man, if I'm not mistaken, when you put Neil Powell over your head, you broke his shoulder or something of that
It's
nature.
his arm, his
Uh,
forearm.
Hey, well,
But
at
hey,
least
you
he
see
came
him
back.
now.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
he's back at it. He just won the CFC belt. He's been doing good. I
yeah.
give him props.
He's fought a couple good guys, man. The last couple opponents he's fought is actually some high caliber opponents from a couple good gyms. So it's
Yeah,
definitely good to see someone like Neil Powell because he's actually, if you look back at his track history, he's been matched very hard.
yeah.
If you kind of look back, he's some of the guys he's been matched with are on this video game, on the UFC game, you know what I mean? It's like, so these are some real dudes. And so knowing that you beat a guy of that caliber that's going 2, 3 rounds with these UFC guys, how did it feel to finish him in 14 seconds whenever Matt Frivola, for example, in the UFC couldn't do that?
Felt good, man. To be honest, I knew once I had him I knew once I got his back, I could already feel him in the air before he was in the air. And I knew it was over.
Awesome, man.
It's kind of
Yeah,
like the Kevin Randleman and what's his name, Emelianenko
yeah,
slam, except Emelianenko came back and
yeah.
suddenly.
Yeah. That was definitely a good classic fight right there, man. So, with that being said, man, with the 100% finish rate and the 60% finish rate, that doesn't do you guys as much justice as I feel that it really shows with your work. 60% finish rate means they'll look at it like, wow, only half the time he goes, he finishes the fights, but no, it's just 60% of the time. These people are getting out of there. It's not that you can't finish them. It's just these people don't want anymore. So what does it make you feel like being in Alabama, a small state that it's not too popular for the mixed martial arts scene? It's kind of hard to be, people kind of sleep on the Southeast a little bit, if, for say, no lack of better terms, they kind of sleep on a little bit. So what are you trying to remind these guys whenever you go to any of their territories?
I'm just trying to show them that I'm one of the baddest people there, man. That's all that's on my mind.
Love
I
that.
just want to show them who I am. And that's why I wasn't so adamant about jumping right into a fight, dealing with these health issues and all these different things, because I know I'm not right. I know it'd be idiotic of me to just jump in there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying
Absolutely.
to take my time, let things smooth out. Just bought a house, so I'm slowly working my way back up.
Hey, congratulations
My
on that.
boy here, he's been helping me out a lot,
Same.
keeping my motivations high, my spirits high. So
Hey, I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, man. You guys are a power duo when it comes to the MMA scene in the Southeast, man. Because anytime you see Mardrell, you see Corey, and one time whenever I see you guys together, you got belts wrapped around your shoulders. So, how many more are we planning to add before we hang it up? You trying to add a UFC belt? We trying to add more regional scenes, or what? What are we trying to add to it?
I'll let you go first.
Honestly, my goal from the start was UFC or some type of big promotion. So that's the goal, man. That's definitely the goal.
Absolutely.
I take a couple more regional straps, if the right promotions call, but if the big show calls, of course, once I do get there, I'm gonna show the whole world once again who the best 45 is in the world. So I'm just waiting on that opportunity, and I'm working towards it. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm working for it.
That's the best way to do it because you kind of see. I'm not gonna lie, man. There's a lot of guys that are undefeated right now that are questionable undefeated guys, they're very questionable when it comes to that. So how do on the other side of it, I would think that for you it would look good for a 6-0. But whenever people look at these critics, that if this guy has a combined record of 3-20, is he really 6-0? You are absolutely 4-0, 4 finishes, that you make everything definitive when some of these guys are struggling with mediocre opponents. So what is the difference that you will bring to a fight against this undefeated prospect than all the other guys that they're fighting now?
Yes, sir. Just my will and my strength to go hunt for that finish, not in a sense like I'm really looking for it. Like I said, I want to dominate. And if I'm being dominant, the finish is going to be there wherever it is. If it's on the ground, if it's on the feet, if it's on the fence, wherever it goes. Once I dominate, the finish will expose itself. So that's always part of the game plan. Just be dominant.
Absolutely, man. So I'm gonna ask you guys one more question before we wrap it all up. I want to ask both of you. So what we're gonna do is put your MMA career in a crystal ball for me and have one wish that you need or that you would like before the end of your career, and tell me something that you would change about it.
You go first. That one wish and one thing I would change about it. One wish. Getting to the UFC. Something I would change about my career now. I really wouldn't change anything. I would say my surgery, but I needed that so I could switch up my game, alter my game, and alter my mindset, and coming back learning the game, relearning the game with coming back off of an injury. So I needed that. So yeah, nothing I would change, man. I'm in a perfect gym. I'm in a perfect atmosphere with the right teammates and the right group of people. So I wouldn't change nothing.
Awesome, bro. What about you, Corey?
So honestly, I've told you multiple times already that my goal has been a big organization, UFC, one, something like that.
Yep.
But one thing I would change was, taking care of my body more and focusing more on recovery and not overtraining all the time. Because it's come back to bite me, and that's why I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with now. It's a part of it. So that's one thing I would change.
Absolutely, man. Hey, the setbacks make us great, man. And what's crazy about your setback, Corey, you ain't had to lose for a setback, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like another part of the outside of MMA that's kind of a setback right now. So that's going to make you even more of a fire in your soul, and it's going to really let them be reminded, like, I did not go anywhere. So that's definitely good, man. I want to say thank you so much to the both of you for coming on here. We're a little bit less than a minute, so I'm gonna give you guys the floor real quick to give a shout out, final messages or anything. And I want to say thank you again, and you guys, I'm a big fan of you, and see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Once again, shout out to all my sponsors, my gyms, Rocket City MMA, Athens Jits.
Awesome, bro.
Yes, sir. And thank you, man. Bennett's
Breakdown Podcast. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Bennett's Breakdown Podcast. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. No problem,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys once again, man. If y'all need anything, bro, y'all just holler my way. I'd love to get another interview in with you, and I'll see you guys at the CFC show in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. God bless you.
All right. God bless you guys. Take care.
Yes, sir. You too.